Boom! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at another beer from Prairie Artisan Ales over in Oklahoma. They, of course, are the brewery that is well known for their beer Vape Tricks. From, I guess all of us know about that beer from, I guess, one of their more popular beers, especially through the community that we're all involved in. But we have one today called Sundae Service. So I thought this was the perfect beer to drink on a Sunday just because it says Sunday in it. But this one is not for the faint of hearted, I would definitely say. This is Imperial pastry stout coming out to a 14.9% ABV. And it's what it says here, it's a hot fudge sundae inspired bourbon barrel aged Imperial stout with fudge, chocolate, vanilla, sprinkles, peanuts, and cherries. Whoa. That's a lot going on in a stout, and especially kind of having your first beer on a Sunday afternoon be almost a 15% ABV. It's definitely put some hair on your chest or possibly burn it off. We don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty damn excited about this one. I've had some pretty good experiences from Prairie's stouts in the past. I've had some of the bombs. If you haven't seen them, the bomb and the cherry bomb are both fantastic stouts. They actually use peppers in those. Well, no, they actually use peppers in both those, I know, but then the cherry bomb is conditioned with cherries and all that stuff, so it adds a little bit of sweetness, adds a little bit of tartness. But this one is supposed to be just I'm thinking it's going to be very, very boozy and very, very decadent, kind of like a dessert would. I want to see if the peanuts they add in here kind of get a little bit oiliness, because peanuts in a beer usually, there's natural oils that come out of the peanuts as well, so I'd love to see if there's any oiliness on the top after I pour it. But I'm expecting this to be pretty damn sweet and pretty damn boozy, that's for damn sure. So I'm excited. So, of course, let's open this guy and see what it's all about. Of course, I can't not open a bottle and not use my Cock and Balls bottle opener that Mr. Lee, not the real Gerard Butler, got me in Greece. So, let's crack this thing open and see what we get on the nose. Put the cap over there. Well, let's smell this guy. Oh, yeah. It definitely smells strong, that's for sure. Oh, yeah. That is a boozy son of a bitch, that's for sure. So, I'll be drinking today out of my Untapped tulip glass. All Untapped glassware is available on Untapped store. If you want to purchase yourself a glassware set, they have a bunch of different glass options available. So, you can even buy a 5-pack with 5 different glasses in there for specific kinds of beer. So, it's a really, really cool kind of deal they have over on Untapped. So, you can get these glasses too. So, let's pour this guy and see what we're getting out of here. I'm thinking it's black in my soul. I'm not really expecting much carbonation, really. Not really much of a head at all either. So let's pour it, guy, and see what we got. Oh, yeah. Not really much head at all. Dark, dark, dark. And if even the little bit of head that's showing up, it's almost a dark brown in color. But a little bit of carbonation. But that just looks absolutely delicious, if I say so myself. Oh, black is my soul. Still getting a lot of bourbony kind of boozy things up front. Getting a little bit of a cherry kind of note on the nose too. Definitely getting that fudge coming through. It's a very, very deep chocolate flavor that's coming on the nose right now. But yeah, that smells absolutely delicious. So let's drink this guy and see what it's all about. So cheers, everybody. Happy Sunday. Woo! Oh yeah. That is a boozy one if I have ever drank one but yeah, that's decadent. It's delicious. It's very, very deep, and when it comes to the fudgy chocolate kind of flavors coming through, to me, right up front, you get a nice boozy fudge chocolate kind of flavor, almost giving bourbon notes, a little bit of an oakiness coming through, just slightly. Not really getting much of the sprinkles or the peanuts, to be honest. Sprinkles are probably just going to add sweetness that you're going to be getting with the fudge, but peanuts not really getting there. Not seeing any oiliness when it comes to anything sitting on the top of the beer, so not really seeing maybe that enough where they used a lot of peanuts at all. Maybe they just could have used the powder. That could have been an option too, because sometimes they could add peanuts, they could add peanut butter, just kind of give that nuttiness. But overall, yeah, this is a delicious, absolutely delicious, decadent Imperial pastry stout. So let's look over here on Untapped and see if we can find a similar beer to this guy, because Untapped is a really cool thing to where they show similar beers for a beer that you possibly may not be able to get your hands on, because I don't know if this is available right now. Because when I picked this up off of Tavor, it was definitely a hot minute since I picked it up, but this thing's been sitting in conditioning for a little bit. So let's see what they show as similar beers for this Sunday service. Let's see, we got another one here from Prairie I'm not even going to mention, just because if you can't get your hands on this one, you're most likely not going to be able to get your hands on the other one. So they're actually showing the Guinness Drought to be a similar beer to this one. I don't know if I consider Guinness being a similar beer. It's going to be definitely lower ABV. Not going to get bourbon notes to it. But definitely that one's going to be more of a dry kind of stout, so I don't know if I put that on there. We got the Cuckoo Mungo from Three Floyds. I love Three Floyds beer, so seeing this Cuckoo Mungo on here, it's a 15.6 Imperial Stout. I haven't had this one, but let's see. It's aged over a year in Willet bourbon barrels and toasted coconut and maple syrup. Sure, you can get kind of the same kind of flavors, I would say, out of this, but definitely you're gonna get, it's gonna be more maple syrupy. You're gonna get like a toasted coconut kind of flavor. So you might get little chocolate notes for it being aged in the bourbon barrels. Sometimes it brings off chocolatiness, but that's gonna be like a chocolate coconut instead of like a fudge kind of thing, which I'm getting with this one. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the warmth of this in my throat. This is definitely a boozy beer. So let's look back here. We got one here called Keep It Crunchy from Brewery Omegang, which is an oatmeal stout, 6.5%. Not really going to get much of a booziness to it. So I don't know if I consider this one when it comes to being similar, because they use like dried cranberries, cacao nibs, honey, pecan stuff. So that definitely sounds like a delicious beer, but I wouldn't consider this similar. And then we got one here from Warhorse Brewing Company called Breakfast with Churchill Oatmeal Coffee Nitro Stout, which sounds delicious. I love nitro stouts. Are really, really fun to kind of play around with. We're going to be kind of coming out with one at the brewery pretty soon. And let's see, I don't know if I'd really consider this one, just because it's a coffee stout, not really getting notes of coffee. So to be completely honest, since there's only one beer on here that is barrel aged when it comes to similar beers, I'm going to pick this one, the Cuckoo Mungo from Three Floyds. I think that's going to be the most similar to this one. You're going to get the closest amount of booziness with this, because this is actually, the Cuckoo Mungo is actually higher in ABV than the one I'm drinking right now, because the one I'm drinking is a 14.9, where the Cuckoo Mungo from Three Floyds is a 15.6% ABV. So it definitely have a little more booziness. You're going to possibly get some similar chocolatey flavors. Probably going to be more like a dark chocolate if it's coming from the barrel. So, but then toasted coconut might give a nice little extra kind of flavor to it, and then the maple syrup will kind of up that sweetness, so maybe it kind of make it around close to like a sweeter kind of chocolatey flavor, especially if it's coming from the barrels. When you maybe get a little bit of oakiness, you'll get that booziness coming through. So I'm going to go with this Cuckoo Mungo from Three Floyds being the most similar beer for this one. So back here, let's see what they show as a description for this one. Of course, it's probably just the same thing that I read off the bottle. So it's a hot fudge sundae inspired bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with fudge, chocolate, vanilla, sprinkles, peanuts, and cherries, which is really nice. I mostly get the cherries on there on the nose. It kind of leads that almost like a tart cherry kind of smell to it, but I get none of the cherry when it comes to what I'm drinking it. Sure, maybe the only thing I could see possibly having that like little bit of lingering note on the finish, but still it's just that overpowering, I wouldn't say overpowering in a bad way, just slap you in the face, boozy bourbon, hot fudge deliciousness hitting you right in the face. So let's see here. Let's go and let's see what the ratings on this one. So like I said, it's a 14.9% ABV. There's no way in hell that I'm going to consider this beer sessionable. One of these beers, and you're going to be feeling it for at least an hour or two. So I'm going to have one of these, going to sit back and relax. This is definitely a sipping beer for sure. This isn't some kind of beer you want to just kind of start downing right away, because you're going to be kind of getting an upset stomach and all that kind of stuff. So, and with over 4,819 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.15 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. So this, I know Prairie definitely has some pretty outstanding stouts so that I've gotten that kind of higher rating above a 4 usually. So that's really good to see that they're kind of sticking to that trend. But let's look here on my friends list and see if anybody checked this one in. So we got one here that my uncle checked it in, but my uncle doesn't give it ratings. He just uses Untappd as kind of like a catalog to kind of see what he's drank in the past. Let's see, my dad checked this one in and gave it a 4 out of 5. Purchased from Tavor, and he drank this one back in October. So yeah, that definitely, this one's been sitting in the fridge for a hot minute now, but that's okay, just because these beers just get better with time. So yeah, 2 friend check-ins. My dad gave it a 4 out of 5, but let's look at the global rating and see what other people had to say. This person gave it a 4.25, but they're kind of giving it a different description when it comes to a different rating when it comes to what they say in it. So what this guy put is smells like chocolate fudge cake, so rich and thick and fudgy, and he put a 4.35 out of 5. So I know if you go join like a certain membership on Untapped, you're able to kind of narrow down your check-ins even more. So even though it's showing as a 4.25 on the actual bar scale, when it comes to the circles filled in, he's saying he's going to give it a 4.35 out of 5. So let's look and see if there's any more. We got a 4.5 here, purchased at the Superfine Wine and Liquor, which is in Canton, Michigan. So let's see, when was this done? Okay, so that okay, this might be still available. So looking at this place in Michigan, still has, they purchased it there yesterday. Let's see, we got a 4.5 here. What else? We got a 3.75 here, purchased at Greg and Jane's Beer and Wine, which is in Epping, New Hampshire. So we're seeing Michigan, New Hampshire. Let's see what else. We got another 4.5 here. We got a 4. We got another 4.25. 4.5 saying so many flavors, but they blend well. 100% agree with this guy. Let's see. He gave it a 3, but he drank it at Mindful Brewing Company, which is in Pittsburgh. So he maybe just brought a bottle, or maybe they had it available right there. But let's see what else we got here. We got another 4.25 here saying snowing May 20th. Whoa. So I wonder if he's in Colorado or somewhere kind of heading towards the West Coast around there, because I know they got hit with snow this weekend. But let's do 3 more. Another 4.25. We got a 3.5 here, and then we got another 4.25. So yeah, pretty good ratings. Like I said, it's giving me hope that this one may still be available, because I'm seeing people purchase this in New Hampshire and Michigan. So this one might still be out there when it comes to availability wise. So you may be able to get your hands on this one if you can, because I would highly recommend it. If you're a fan of high ABV stouts, this is definitely what I would recommend trying out. Plus, if you're in Michigan, if you know that location that I just listed off, they may still have it, or there may be other locations within the Michigan area that may have this one for Prairie. Or you can probably go to the one in New Hampshire too. So you got some options when it comes to availability with this guy. So yeah, overall ratings on this one are pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, I would say. A lot of like 4, between 4 and 4.25, a couple 4.5s, and then some like 3s, 3.75s, and all that. So a pretty good average when it comes to what people are checking in on the global ratings. So with all that being said, let's start trying to figure out what we're going to be doing on our end over here for ratings on this guy. Let me see if I can pour the rest of it in. Oh, that stuff is... The stuff that's pouring into at the very end is thick. That's some floaty stuff, it looks like, that are going to be sitting at the top. Oh yeah, that's just straight fudge in your face. Holy crap. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, if you could see it right here, but there's definitely some stuff that have come out right at the end of the pour. So this first sip after getting the rest out of there is going to be pretty delicious, I'm assuming. Oh yeah, super fudgy. Whoa, that one was super boozy. Holy crap. So it's like the concentrated bourbon flavor. So I wonder if it's some of the stuff that came out when they were taking it out of the barrel, because that sip right there was just boozy 9,000, hot fudgy 9,000. So let's go and look at what, okay, I don't know if you can see on the bottle. See if you can see the stuff that's kind of, that's going to whitewash it, but I can see that good line of like thick stuff that was sitting inside of the bottle. So that just poured off right at the end here. So let's start looking at for ratings on this guy. And first off, we look at can art / bottle art since of the bottle. But I'm a really big fan of this one. It almost reminds me of The Simpsons with the color of the people, but they kind of took their own kind of play on The Last Supper to where it's nothing but ice cream sundaes and all that kind of stuff. So it's called Sunday service, and then a bunch of people eating ice cream on a table. Of course, you got the Holy Grail in the center called the Sunday service, and then a bunch of people just looks like they're slightly drunk / eating a bunch of ice cream. So that's really, really cool, and I really like that label. So overall, this label is really, really nice. I'm a big fan. Plus, it kind of looks like Jesus is the Big Lebowski a little bit if he had a different hair color. He's just chilling and having a good time wearing the glasses. Kind of drunk probably, but overall, yeah, really funny and really cool label. So I'm going to give this a 4.75 out of 5 for bottle art, if I should say. So let's see here. If I went over to Prairie Artisan Ales and got this beer in a flight, would I get another one? First off, if I got this beer in a flight, I would pace myself a little bit. This would definitely be a situation where I would not be driving home if I had one of these afterwards. So, but if I had a situation where I had a designated driver there to drive me home, or if I was able to get an Uber or something back home, yeah, I would definitely have another one of these for sure. If I could get a 4-pack of this and bring it home, I definitely would. I would love to have one of these bottles aged a little bit longer, see what it tastes like after a year of aging, and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to see how boozy and how in-depth with flavor this one can be. So overall, they did an absolutely fantastic job with this one. So big shout out to Prairie for this one. So with that being said, I think my final rating on this guy, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. If you like boozy Imperial Stouts, like I said, you're going to definitely love this one. If you like your pastry stouts more on the decadent kind of side of things when it comes to... Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see the stuff kind of sitting around the top. Look at that. You can kind of see the thick stuff that came out at the end. All that like fudgy kind of chocolatey stuff sitting on the brim of the glass right now, but that's just... Oh yeah, it's like an oil slick kind of situation, but it's absolutely delicious. So yeah, final rating on this guy, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Like I said, if you're a fan of from really nice booziness, if you like bourbon flavors, you enjoy this one. If you like a nice decadent sweet pastry stout, this is definitely going to be one for you. I would highly recommend picking this one up if you have the availability to. Plus, it can get you a little Liddy McTitty over there. So I think this is an absolutely fantastic one. So again, big shout outs to Prairie Artisan Ales for this one. This is definitely special. Definitely special. So with all that being said, I think that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And if you haven't yet, please hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, along with that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live, do another review. And if you want to follow me on all of my social media avenues, you can too as well. When it comes to follow me on Instagram, you can see what I'm going to be reviewing that day. That's where I do my daily posts of what I'm going to be reviewing, or some shenanigans I go through at the brewery as well. But let's see here. You can give me a friend request on Untapped. I love Untapped. I like to call it Facebook for beer drinkers. It's a fantastic platform. You can check in beers, get badges, all that kind of stuff. It's a really, really fun time over there. So if you haven't shot me a friend request on Untapped yet, link to my profiles down in the description below. And finally, if you want to support me with helping me get a little bit of coin in my pocket to help me do more reviews and all that kind of stuff, I do have a Patreon as well, where you can get on my Patreon. You have the availability to win a free 4-pack every month of Illinois craft beer. Plus, it's helping me get more beer into my hands, along with helping get more beer into your guys' hands as well. So the more people to follow, the more kind of better stuff I can give away and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to support me that way, you're more than welcome to. So the link to my Patreon is down in the description below as well, or you can find it through my link tree on Instagram. So if you want to shoot me a support that way, it would be greatly appreciated. But other than that, that is what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And let's see. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to end it like I always end it before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.